So what is Periscope and how does it work?
Yeah, that's a great question. So Periscope, it's a live streaming app that's integrated with Twitter, and it allows users to post videos in the moment as events are actually unfolding in real time, and it works directly with Twitter.
Very interesting here. I see this as being the wave of the future, even for the cord cutters out there that aren't looking towards traditional cable services. Now everybody can broadcast themselves. Do you think that this is something that we're going to see more and more, folks wanting to broadcast whatever they're talking about all over the internet for folks to see?
Yeah, certainly. I mean, YouTube has the same similar service. This one's directly related with Twitter. And so, yeah, any opportunity you give a user a platform to kind of let themselves be known, I could certainly see it taking off. And Periscope has done that so far.
Now, we saw in the opening there Hillary Clinton using Periscope to launch her first big rally. Is this something we're going to see on the campaign trail as we're heading towards 2016, candidates embracing something like this?
Yeah, I certainly think that that's the case, especially with Hillary Clinton at her event, the first major rally, like you were saying, at Roosevelt Island in New York. She actually used Periscope and was live streaming the event using Michelle Kwan, the former Olympian, to host the stream. So certainly I do see other politicians and potential candidates using the platform as well as other digital media platforms.
I think it would be interesting to see someone like, Bernie Sanders using something like this, very tech-savvy folks on their team, I would suppose. But I wonder, looking towards 2016, because we have to keep it a little bit political, do you think it's going to be a social media campaign, even more so than the President Obama campaign we've seen the last two election cycles?
Yeah, I think that's exactly going to be the case. The last time that we really saw social media not being used in a campaign was in 2008 with John McCain. He was actually opted not to go the digital route, with President Obama going the digital route. So certainly I think in today's day and age, you can't not be running some form of digital media campaign or digital marketing campaign to promote your message out there.
I wonder, too, as far as fundraising dollars go, I've done several segments on this, and a lot of money goes to advertisement. It goes to those traditional ads, usually attack ads. Do you think that this is going to be a cheaper route? We know Periscope is free. Is this a way that candidates can save a little money on the campaign trail as well?
Yeah, it's certainly a grassroots efforts with Periscope. The problem with Periscope at this time is the fact that it's not necessarily scaled out as big as other platforms like Facebook or like Twitter. So really using it to their advantage, I see politicians more so focusing on different platforms that support the ad system, such as Facebook. And previously, I've seen Hillary Clinton already running a sponsored Facebook campaign. So that's certainly the route I see it going, but I could see eventually in the next election that Periscope will be further down the line.
And every time we talk about a new app or a new technology, there are a slew of privacy issues that come to mind. Do you think that's something we're going to have to fear with Periscope, people broadcasting everything for the world to see, having to worry about our privacy, or just being caught in somebody's video and getting it broadcast, live streamed all over the web?
Yeah, I don't necessarily think that that's a specific platform that Periscope is there for. I think that's really the privacy issues that we have with any digital technology, with any recording device these days, is that you're able to simply, record something in public and then upload it to the web. So I don't think it's specifically for Periscope, but it's certainly a privacy issue in the grand scheme of things.
And I just saw a report as well, India, of all places, using Periscope to try to catch criminals. Could this be the new wave of law enforcement even? If you see something, take a little video there and you can alert law enforcement?
Yeah, again, it's one of those things where I think right now it's not necessarily scaled yet, but it's certainly anything that allows for video recording. You look at YouTube videos, anything of that sort. The great thing with Periscope is that it's live feed. It's something that's happening literally at this moment. So I think it has the potential to go there. I don't think it's quite there yet, but yes, of course, anything that has the recording abilities could certainly be used, to record something like criminals, or on the other side, police brutality or something of that sort.
So personally, I'm looking at Periscope. I'm thinking this is a great way maybe even for me to connect with viewers, something I can do in the interim when I'm not on the show, connect on social media. It's a great tool here. But I wonder, moving forward, are we going to have to fear that we're broadcasting too much online? Is this stuff saved anywhere? Is it archived anywhere? Or is it like Snapchat, where it disappears after a certain amount of time?
Yeah, it is saved, so you can actually link to the video later. But, that's certainly a situation where are people sharing too much information. Personally, I know in my news feed and my Twitter feed that I'm seeing a lot of things that I wouldn't necessarily put out there. But, people are doing that. And it's something that's subjective. Whether or not someone thinks something's appropriate to put out there is entirely up to them, and whether or not they'll do that.
Someone that's a digital media expert, when we're talking especially to the younger generation that's so technically savvy, we've got kids with Instagrams at age 11, 12, even younger, posting everything on Instagram, posting YouTube videos, everything like that. What advice would you give them when they grow up here? They're going to have all of this. It's never really a race like Hillary can delete her emails. But for young kids, what should we be concerned about them posting online that might affect them later in life?
Yeah, exactly. That's a really good question. And so I think looking at it, you have to think, and sometimes it's harder when, you're not quite developed at, 11 and 12 years old, but really for the parents, I think it's their responsibility to, one, monitor what their kids are doing. And then on top of that, just letting them know what is appropriate to be posting online and what could come back to bite them later on.
It's also interesting, I think from a parent's perspective, it might be a good tool for them to use as well. If you can live stream something, hey, if your kid's somewhere, they're lying to you about where they are, hey, tell them, hey, take a Periscope video and tell me where you're at. We can see all kinds of uses for this technology, something that kids might actually not like, but we'll have to wait and see. Always good to have new technology on the block. Thanks so much for being here.